The Tommy Campbell Show. Today I'm ripping into the HHS Rock Out Workout, the RFK Jr. and Kid Rock shirtless sauna session that has Gavin Newsom, the internet, trolling the duo with hilarious posts and memes and asking for a refund on eyes. Plus, Pete Hegseth joins in on the heavy lifting. I dismantle Mike Lindell's book laundering scheme that literally clear-cut a forest just to pad the MyPillow guy's pockets, and we check in on Donald Trump's latest case of televised snoozing and Supreme Court losing. The guy's had a tariff imploding week that's given off the energy of this photo of the private citizen formerly known as Prince. Gavin Newsom is trolling Kid Rock for working out in a gym that looks like he stole a bunch of equipment from a 1990s YMCA and stuffed it in his multi-million-dollar mansion for a shirts off, jeans on, exercise, and raw milk drinking session. Is this after toilet seat number 2 or 3? Snowflake emoji. Honestly, the two look like a pair of drifters that are trying to come down from a high, so they broke into a spa and they're just messing around with the equipment. Where's Kid? He's on the Jumbotron at the Coldplay concert with you, RFK Jr. Coldplay, a band that can still sell out venues while Kid Rock keeps canceling shows, with one only clocking in at less than 200 tickets. Maybe he can get Bezos to step in and buy some so he can pretend he still got it. RFK is throwing a glass of milk right in Kid Rock's face. Oh, he loves it. Maha coloring book. Too bad the kids are only allowed 2 crayons these days. 2 of them in tutus is just fantastic. I mean, this would never happen. He would never take the jeans off. But the kiss here, hilarious as well. That might win for me. It just fits because people keep saying this is senior softcore. What's really nuts is this taxpayer-funded stunt was more about RFK Jr. showing off his body and Kid Rock showing off his house than trying to make anyone healthy. It plays out more like a Cribs fever dream, and because of Kid Rock's song Ba Wa Ta Da Ba Ba, whatever it's called, the music and the clip, I had to replace the audio and the graphics in order to show you the full segment. But I think you'll agree my version is better. Brain worms. So is your home like Epstein Island, Nashville edition?
Yeah, man, kind of. Drain the swamp. Meat and ferments.
Meat and ferments. Where do you keep Lauren Boebert?
Bud Light. Julian Mulvaney. Bud Light. Julian Mulvaney.
Your legs are like chopsticks.
I call this position Bubba. Ugh.
This gives me toilet sniffing strength. We are 2 straight men, 0 medical credentials. If I had any nuts, this is when they would shrink. Up. Where's Kid? Come on. Pickleball.
Pickleball.
Tickle balls.
Tickle balls.
Tickle balls.
Not in the jeans, Bobby. Break.
Idiocracy 2. Yeah, you're going to have to drain that pool, Kid. And we all want to know what's behind the door that you marked candy store. Okay, I don't think there's a Twix hiding in there. If I move this slow on my Peloton, the thing wouldn't even turn on. Subscribe. It's pretty clear this guy gets leg day and never misses roid day. Keeping this muscle mass in your 70s, every aging Hollywood actor needs help to keep this pumped. There's no way he's raw dogging the fitness. RFK Jr. actually admitted on the Lex Fridman podcast that he is on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. So he's taking a shot in the glutes every week to keep his chest looking like he's on Baywatch. Does he remove the jeans for the injection? How does that work, Bobby? It's so ridiculous that this man says he works out in jeans because they are convenient, since he's already wearing them. But if he got in the cold plunge, he's just going to walk around with wet jeans. If you ever had wet jeans, you fall in a puddle as a kid, have something spilled on you, they take forever to dry. There's nothing practical, convenient, or sane about this.
Yeah, the worst part about it is that we didn't show when they got in the hot tub together and were drinking milk, because that just really motivated me to go do something. I don't know.
We got in the hot tub.
Listen, somebody needs to tell RFK Jr. it's okay to wear shorts. I mean, bro, don't be upset about your legs. I don't care what they look like. Take it from me. Nobody needs impressive legs. You look great with your shirt off. Throw the shorts on so we don't all go, wow, that's weird. I don't know.
My pet peeve was jeans at the beach in California. Now it might be jeans at the gym.
Yes, even Fox are having trouble holding back on how weird this is. To be fair, Jesse Waters was on holiday, so his fill-in said what Jesse never would, and he's spot on. Gold's Gym does not allow workouts in jeans as they are not appropriate for physical activity. Jeans restrict movement and are not breathable and can be uncomfortable for exercising. Instead, members should wear functional, breathable sportswear and proper athletic shoes to avoid being asked to leave the facility.
Well, I believe that glyphosate causes cancer.
For 10 years, Bobby Kennedy built his entire brand as the man who took down Monsanto. He was the lead attorney who won nearly $300 million for a groundskeeper with terminal cancer, proving in court that Roundup was a killer. Fast forward to this week, Trump just invoked the Defense Production Act to turn the same weed killer into a protected national asset. He didn't just allow it, he gave Bayer Monsanto blanket legal immunity, effectively shielding them from the exact same lawsuits Bobby spent his life winning. And the health secretary got so angry the worm ran out of his head. There it goes. I'm kidding. The worm's still there. He didn't get angry at all. In fact, he released a statement yesterday stating, "Donald Trump's executive order puts America first where it matters most, our defense readiness and our food supply. We must safeguard America's national security first because all our prior..." While 33 other countries like Vietnam and Saudi Arabia think it's too toxic for their citizens, Trump and Bobby have decided it's a cornerstone of your breakfast. Bobby went from suing the chemical companies to being their federally mandated bodyguard. We've also got Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, who's been hitting the gym for the cameras lately, recently putting the bottle down for a workout with cadets that was essentially a masterclass in how not to lift. Just down there smelling balls.
2, 3. I got it. I got it. Don't touch it. Yeah. There we go.
He's that guy in the gym who takes all the 45s, loads up the bar so loudly so everyone has to look, clang, 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 and then just sits on the bench for 10 minutes scrolling Instagram, hoping a girl walks by and sees the big weights and is like, "Ooh, look at him, he's so hot." All this for a 1-rep max. It is the most pointless thing you've ever seen. It's uneven, it's shaky, and he's arching his back so hard he's basically doing a bridge. If you know anything about weightlifting, you know weight should be slow and controlled. If you lift with your ego, you'll destroy your back. But this is who we're talking about.
With the axe. Who's going to win this battle of the lumberjacks? That's coming up next. I'm putting my money on...
Wait till you see where it went.
Clayton.
Only the best and brightest from MAGA. And that's why MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell is running for governor. He's been oddly quiet since his announcement, didn't even weigh in on the events in his home state, but now he's being called out over his campaign, and it's great.
Your campaign took in more than $350,000 in contributions in just under a month, but filings show your campaign spent more than half of that money on your own self-published memoir. Explain to people why buy all those books? Is that a wise use of campaign spending?
Yeah, we got them for a very good price from MyPillow, employee-owned company. That's not my benefit, that's them. And what it is, and what you can do instead of paying money for flyers and stuff, we had to go around and do debates for about a month and a half, these debates, and we gave out the books. Here's, instead of giving them a little flyer about me, this is my memoir, this is my autobiography, and showing these people who I am.
Okay, can you imagine if every time you voted, you were urged to read the book of each candidate? Who has that much time, and even for free? This is lunacy. In all honesty, if people actually did read Lindell's book, they'd see exactly who he really is. The book mentions mafia on 8 pages, DUIs on 6 pages. The money went directly from his campaign war chest to MyPillow, the company that holds the rights to the book. Because Lindell is the majority stockholder of MyPillow, he is essentially using donor contributions to create a revenue stream for his own business while clearing out warehouse stock that has been sitting stagnant for years. Lindell is referring to these 330-page hardback books as campaign flyers, arguing they are hard harder to throw away than a standard postcard. Okay, to be fair, 30,000 hardcovers weigh roughly 15 tons. To visualize that, 15 tons is the weight of 2,850 gallons of high-gloss exterior paint. That is enough industrial strength beige to give Kristi Noem a fresh face for a month when she doesn't have her tax-funded security blanket to hide under. And the "it's finally okay to say Merry Christmas" crowd is going to have 360 fewer trees in their homes because Mike decided to turn a small forest into a 15-ton paperweight. Quick game. Which of these chapters and sections from MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell's autobiography are real? Cocaine, lots of cocaine, Coke times 10, peppermint schnapps, crack, Minnesota, and casinos everywhere. If you guessed all of them, congratulations. You've put more eyes on the inside of his book than any of his donors. It's 330 pages of Mike's greatest hits, yet he thinks 30,000 Minnesotans need this in their glove box to decide who should run the state. I'm just saying his new campaign flyer is the closest thing he's come to officially announcing my toilet paper. There is a lot of sheets in there. Okay, my toilet seat. This one smacks because with Lindell's history, it probably comes pre-dusted. Now, Lindell's actually been giving his book away for ages, so I'm not sure if anyone's actually bought a copy in any format.
Kathy, is this a coffee cup or is it a steak sandwich? You know, give me a break. Go get that Frank Speech app right now. Get the app. Yeah, it's awesome. Here's an incentive to get the app. You get the app, and you guess what? I put my audio book on there for free, everybody. You get the free audio book. You can plug it in the app, listen to the story. It'll help anybody in addiction, anybody that's an entrepreneur out there. Amazing.
That's not a book, it's a steak sandwich. Pretty big waste of campaign money and paper when you could just stick to the postcards and slap a QR code linking to the free audiobook download if you really wanted people to hear about your crazy life. But clearly he doesn't. This isn't about his autobiography, it's about him filling his own pockets. He's been doing this since his Corn Palace rally in South Dakota. While Mike was busy handing out his life story, he was also perfectly fine with guys like Mark Emerson working the room to push algebra victory, a scam that used anti-deep state buzzwords to solicit cash for his education breakthrough that never existed. He pushed investments with promised returns of 3,500%. Fast forward, and the state regulators in Vermont and Washington eventually shut him down for selling unregistered securities with impossible projections. Mike was fine with him handing out these flyers at his rally. Now check out his promo from his fundraiser because it's ridiculous. Diamond and Silk, come on. One of them's not even with us anymore. One of them, not sure which one. Apparently, he's transitioned into Vanessa Broussard. How does this get printed? While Wayne Allen Root is now Trump. Yes, this is from this week. He was back at Mar-a-Lago rubbing elbows with the mega rich, while Lindell, who like Kid Rock, pretends to be an everyman. He's been a member of the club for years. This event was specifically designed to leverage Donald Trump's recent public declaration that Lindell deserves to be governor. He does. Did he bring the algebra victory flyers for the elites he was hobnobbing with? Imagine Lindell trying to sell a room full of private equity sharks on algebra hearts and 3,500% returns, while your own campaign is essentially a garage sale for your leftover memoirs. If those billionaires got their wealth from flyers at a corn rally, they'd be as broke as Mike is now. I highly doubt the hedge fund guys in that ballroom realize Mike's campaign plan is just taking their money to buy 30,000 more copies of a memoir with a chapter literally titled Coke times 10. And get this, it's chapter 11, foreshadowing his bankruptcy filing. Another week, another televised nap for the right wing to spin, and while he was dozing during his own meeting for his own Board of Peace, his team was busy decorating. Check out the Department of Justice headquarters. They just hung up a giant multi-story banner of Trump's face right on the building where they used to, investigate crimes. It says, "Make America Safe Again." The dictator vibes on this are next level. It didn't take the internet long to fix it. The place looks less like a hall of justice and more like a vault hiding Trump's secrets. But as the news in the UK just proved with Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's birthday arrest this week, nobody is above the law. And Donald Trump was definitely making the shocked pedo face yesterday morning when he found out his cherry-picked Supreme Court officially struck down his sweeping global tariffs with a 6-3 ruling, saying he completely overstepped his authority. He called it disgraceful and said foreign countries are dancing in the streets because they are ripping us off. I do love that his reaction to a court ruling against tariffs is more tariffs. Just says so much about the guy who claims his party is the one of law and order. It turns out even the conservative majority court he built thinks the Constitution actually matters when it comes to illegal taxes destroying the economy. For those who don't remember, Justin Trudeau was the first to call these tariffs illegal a year ago, making that viral video where he spoke directly to Americans explaining how Trump is screwing them. Now Trudeau is on holiday with Katy Perry taking a victory lap around the pool bar on a floaty. Prime Minister Mark Carney finalized Canada joining SAFE, the EU's massive defense and trade instrument. Canada is now the first non-European country in the club getting access to a $244 billion market. While Trump is screaming about reciprocal tariffs and being ripped off, Carney's in Brussels inking major deals and signing new partnerships with China to short-circuit these border taxes. You have Mark Carney touring the world, making deals, and you have Trump hanging a giant selfie over his crime scene and throwing a big tantrum. It turns out you can't make a country great with illegal taxes and a Nashville sauna workout that looks like they were auditioning for a Peter North film. And you certainly can't win a trade war if the rest of the world has already left the chat to go grab a drink at the bar with Carney. Raw whole milk means raw whole nutrients, so what's the problem, bud? Actually, whole just refers to the fat content, not some secret tier of nutrients. By raw dogging your milk, you're not getting whole nutrients, you're getting the whole range of pathogens that send people to hospital before pasteurization. I'll take my nutrients the safe and healthy way while you chug yours with a side of kidney failure. MAGA tears. You libs all freaking out when it clear he mean I the back of the toilet tank, not the seat. First off, fantastic grammar. I'm guessing you went to school with the whole milk genius in the comments. I know people find what they want in things. The Bible is open to interpretation. But RFK Jr. said toilet seat himself. And you know, this wasn't a one-off. This was a Wednesday. MAGA tears. So he can pretend he still got it. Oh, look, RFK's throwing a glass of milk in Rock's face. He's definitely holding the milk low and throwing it. Bobby went from suing the chemical companies, $300 million for a groundskeeper with terminal cancer, that has Gavin Newsom and the internet trolling the duo with hilarious posts and memes and asking for a refund on eyes. Plus Pete Hegseth. I can confirm the Tommy Campbell Show is the best political comedy show on YouTube. And I hope you subscribe.